So Anil, often we've seen a lot of good cloud storage technologies that have come up.
Hmm.
I personally use Dropbox and Box, and I'm pretty sure you use that, and also Drive. A couple of more you would use. Um, Tell me exactly, and you mentioned about knowledge getting locked in silos many times before. What exactly is that problem when you talk about this in a context of an enterprise?
You know, Good question. And uh, today, cloud storage has become very popular. Uh, Very simple to use. I put a document and in a folder, and whoever has access to that folder gets that document. Wonderful. But even though it allows this easy way to share, I think it still doesn't reach its intended audience. Let me give you a couple of examples, and that will kind of illustrate the point how the knowledge stays locked in the silos without reaching its intended audience. So what happens is, let's say somebody prepares a document and it gets uploaded into Dropbox. Whoever has access to that folder, they get a simple notification which says case study document uploaded. Now, if I see that notification, then I might take some time to go to the Dropbox folder and check what the document is. If I don't look at that notification, gone. In fact, I call it as you blink and you miss. And once I miss, I move on with my life. I don't know who has put that document. I continue working. Assuming that I catch that notification, I trap it and go to Dropbox to see what this document is. All I see is basically a list of a document, and I don't know what this document should be used for. I know it's some case study or a data sheet, but is it relevant to me? Just because I have access to that folder doesn't mean I might have to use that document. So I don't know where it has to be used. I need to start thinking, where should I use it? And the minute I need to start thinking about that, I have something else important to do. I will say, okay, I will do it later. Now what happens? It becomes out of sight. And once it becomes out of sight, it is out of mind. So I had a very good opportunity. Somebody did a very good job of preparing a good collateral and putting it in Dropbox. And because of the way I had do my work today, I'm not able to utilize that content and put it to use so that I can share it with the right audience. Now what happens when the situation comes, when the customer says, hey, why don't you send a case study to me? Now I say, oh, okay, maybe I have to go back to that Dropbox and see if there is a case study. At that point, I go to Dropbox, I keep opening one document after other. Finally, I figure out, this is a good document that I can share with the customer. I take that and then send it. So imagine the lost opportunities and imagine the overheads that I have gone through. Instead, look at this system where the guy, he has prepared a good case study, puts it in Dropbox, his job is over, he moves on. I am interacting with my customer, and in that interaction, I immediately get that document as a recommendation, which says, hey, for this interaction with the customer, this is a very good document that you can share based on my previous history that I have had with the customer. So without me having to think where I should use, who I should send, here is a system which just recommends me. All I have to do is, I can just open the document and see indeed it makes sense. And I say accept. The document now reaches the intended party, the intended customer. And it will be sent out, in this case, since it's a customer, it will go as an email attachment to him, right in the dialogue where I was having the interaction.
There are a lot of tools that we have seen in the recent times that kind of build some sort of intelligence in trying to identify a set of documents that need to go to customers. So how different is this from those kind of platforms that are out there?
Yeah, there are plenty of document recommendation platforms. And these platforms, basically they work based on the principle of curation. So what you have to do is you have to prepare the document, and the person who is preparing the document now needs to basically curate it by adding a few tags, attaching some keywords, and then put it in a particular area where these tools potentially can recommend these documents in a certain context.
In a pre-packaged manner.
It's a pre-packaged manner. Now, believe me, it starts off well. It's a process that somebody will set up, starts off well, but the minute you have 10 different people preparing multiple documents, soon somebody will forget putting the tags.
For example, you're meaning a regional tech support for some region created new document. You're saying that it may not make it into this curated platform.
Very true. Because let's take a case where, let's say, in the western region of US, there is a deployment that is going on, and somebody really prepared after the deployment a good case study of what all happened here. Now, unless he puts those tags and shares it in the central area, it will not reach the intended audience. And the person who prepared that document, his focus is not really to make sure that the document is shared. He has just prepared it for his own use when he goes to the next deployment.
For their objectives and
their
quarterly goals.
Their quarterly goals.
Yeah.
He is not incentivized to share that document with other people. He is incentivized to solve the customer problem.
Right.
So exactly. So that is where this document now remains in this silo where this person has created. We want to unlock those, and we want to unlock those in the most natural manner.
So for an example could be a problem solution could have been documented for a customer, and that could have been very much useful all the way in Europe, and you're saying that this silo, until unless this person takes the effort to make it visible for this curation platform and gets it packaged, you're saying that this will become locked in silo.
Absolutely. And by the way, typically the document is created by somebody, the curation is done by somebody else. There is an administrator who is monitoring and administering this curation repository. So
that means another process.
There is another process. There is another person.
Which is a failure again. It could be a failure again.
These are all, okay, the minute you have processes and multiple people, these just increase the scope of failures. So the content, there is a very good chance the content will still stay locked. So ideally what you would need is basically a natural system where I create the document, I don't even know. I just move on with my work. The system should find out that a new document has been created, and it should figure out where it is applicable. I don't have to scratch my brain and say, oh, maybe I should send it to this guy and he might be able to use it. Let the system do it. And that is what this recommendation system is all about.
Very interesting. Very good. Thank you.